2 if they can win their next pick. I'm not sure if we're able to quickly head over to that match or if we're going to wait for our next streamed game. I'll wait on an update from the streamers in just a second. If not, we will keep you updated for the next few minutes until our next match commences, which will be in 5 minutes. Oh, okay, we're going into Taiwan versus Philippines. Outstanding. So Taiwan will be able to elect their second ban since Philippines have got to 3 points.
And Taiwan just taking a little second to gather themselves, decide which map they are wanting to ban.
Yeah, so we didn't know we'd be able to come to this, so just give us a second as our wonderful streamer Juan opens up all what's been picked and banned, and I think Naniwa of Taiwan is going to be banning Breeze, hidden number 2. Any favorites for the tourney, asks Choco Dusk in chat. I think Korea definitely have their strongest team in a couple of years. They have to be favorites for most people, but China, as we've seen, look really terrifying as always. US are probably up there. They don't have their strongest team ever, but they still look really dangerous. We had a scrim against them a couple of days ago, and they looked in pretty strong form. I think France also have a really dangerous team, well, maybe their most dangerous team in years as well, but they're a team that has struggled in group stages, and if things maybe don't go their way, they tend to kind of implode in spectacular fashion, so obviously they'll be hoping not to do that again this year. Would you say that's a fairly accurate summation of the favourites, Elix?
I would, and it just seems like with the US team, every year there's always a few key players just not able to jump in on that team, so we can never see the US at their absolute best potential, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, so they got their first podium in achieving second place. They unfortunately lost to China in last year's World Cup, but that was their first podium in the kind of 6 years that the World Cup has been taking place. They were pretty happy with that one, and I think they'll be looking to return to the podium this year. But given how strong South Korea are this year compared to the previous year, they may have to contend for third. But obviously we're only in week 1. There are 5 weeks stretching out before us. That could all change.
And anything can happen, as we've seen that last year, that round of 16, US versus China tiebreaker.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. The victory for the US, knocking China down to losers, but China fighting all the way back to get their revenge in the grand final. Looking like we're just switching some players in this one, and then we'll be ready for Philippines' next pick, I think. So we're trying to find out where Boonray, the Philippine captain, is. He's not on the tournament server. Well, he's in Philippines, which is good, I guess, but doesn't seem to be on the tournament server.
Boonray, if you can hear this, please report to the match immediately. Right? To the match.
Get on the loudspeaker. Summon. Where is he? Obviously, Taiwan are also missing a player currently. Not sure who their third is going to be. This is kind of awkward. We were jumping over to this game because it was looking really close and hype, and we're just waiting for players to join the lobby. Not the most fantastic viewing, but there he is. Here he's
As we're
playing with the
waiting for
man.
that last Taiwan player.
Yeah, so Philippines will be picking. And they pick Inochi. That's no mod 6, I think. Inochi ni kirawarete iru. Also, hi Twitch chat. Hi Bunray, everyone say hi. Yeah, so this will be Philippines pick Zakuro Inochi ni Kirawarete Iru, a 4-minute long no mod convert, sorry. Some nice dashes combined with hyper dashes and a couple of edge jumps, but mostly a consistency battle.
And as we see Taiwan finally getting all players on the board.
Yes, Sanami joining for Taiwan as their third player, so I think they will be ready to start any second now.
Waiting for all players to ready up as the match commences.
Here we go. Game number 6. Philippines looking to extend their lead to 4-2 after just taking the first break. Taiwan looking to break back and bring it back to 3-all. I think this is definitely looking like the closest match that we've seen so far this morning. And by this point in 2018's World Cup, I think we'd already seen 2 tiebreakers. But don't despair. We may see plenty more to come in the coming hours and even days. Obviously, this group stage extends into tomorrow as well. So do free up some time for tomorrow to watch all this glorious fruit catching. Nothing too difficult about the opening section to this map. The key difficult point to begin is going to be right at the start of the first Ki with a couple of 1/4 dashes back to back. You can hold dash on them, but it's very easy to just go slightly too early and miss a couple of slider ends. So we'll be seeing that at about 270 combo coming up any second now. Looking like all players holding that one without too much difficulty.
Not everyone, though.
Ooh, Kielzu with the drop. I did just miss that. He hit the 1/4 pattern and then missed immediately after it, right at the beginning of the Ki. So that's going to be unfortunate for the Philippines. Boonray missing as well, and Naniwa.
Naniwa and
Boonray missing right at the end of the Ki with that strong double 1/2 dash.
Appearing that Naniwa missed just a little bit before Boonray, so he'll have the combo advantage over him.
Yeah, because this is quite a long map, once the players get back to 200 combo quite easily, the scores will stabilize. Taiwan, in that break, they'll know that they only had 1 miss to Philippines 2. So they'll be confident they have a slight advantage, but hopefully Philippines will be aware that there's only 1 miss in it and they're not out of this yet. Roido and Atsuko Kagari holding double S, also Sanami holding a double S as well. Everyone back up at 200 combo. Next key points are going to be several difficult jumps in the next Ki. They've all hit the first one at 700, 750 and 790 are also going to have some difficult patterns of half hyper dashes and dashes combined. Everyone hits the second one, just 1 more to go. Looking like they're all pulling through that one without too much difficulty. So we could be coming to the second break, and again, all players realizing nobody blinked on that one. Everyone's still holding full combo since the previous section. We have a very slow and calm section without too much potential for misses here, and then it's going to ramp up again as we get into the final Ki at about 1050 combo.
And any miss from Taiwan right now will shift the score favor over to Philippines.
Yeah, there's about a 25,000 point advantage presently. That could easily be overturned, as you said, with just a single miss from Taiwan. Is anyone gonna blink? There's a couple of tricky sections in this final Ki. That's one of them. Nobody opting to wiggle that slight anti-flow pattern that makes you have to dash too far for the next note. Everyone balancing that one nicely. Ooh, Tsunami with the drop on that double 1/2 edge dash. That's exactly what Taiwan didn't need. Will Philippines have enough time to come back into this one? I don't think they will. It was too close to the end.
And they will not, unfortunately. Taiwan taking the point over Philippines by little more than 6,000 points. 6,289.
Really close, yeah. Atsuku Kagari taking the double S and just managing to hold on. Taiwan leveling up with another break at 3-all, so it'll be their pick next. But before that, Philippines will also get to ban a map, since Taiwan, their opponents, have reached 3.
I don't know about you, JBH, but this one's looking like it could hit tiebreaker.
Ooh, you never like to predict tiebreakers because it becomes so easy to be like, ooh, this team scored a point, tiebreaker hype. But this is 3-all, and these teams look very evenly matched.
They really do.
Philippines are going to be banning Natsu no Wari ni Omoi Koto, the double time specific number 1. Leaving When Time Sleeps, the probably easier of the 2 specific double times, open. So what have we had so far then? We had 2 hidden bans, 2 hidden picks, sorry, and 2 hidden bans and the 3rd hidden pick on Rambu no Melody. We've had 2 no mod picks, and we've had 3 hard rock picks. So there's no hard rock available. There's 1 double time available, and there's lots of no mod. And Taiwan,
they're gonna go with that last available double time pick, When Time Sleeps.
So no matter what happens after this, there's only gonna be no mod left on the table.
The journey itself is the point. The point.
Tsunami dropping out for this map.
And Nikaido Shinku is going to be coming in for Taiwan. I think Philippines staying with an unchanged roster for that. So whichever team takes this one moves to match point. If Taiwan win, they'll have to also break Philippines to win the match. If Philippines manage to break, they're on match point on their own pick. So this is a huge game for both teams.
Appearing as though Kyosu dropping out for Philippines, just waiting to see who will come in and take his place.
Also, It's Lingers jumping in for Taiwan as well. I just missed that one. Whilst we wait for a 3rd player to jump in on the side of Philippines, which is going to be Kagamine Rin, the lobby for Australia and China. So Group B getting all their matches out the way. China playing 3 matches back to back. China have won the role, and Australia have banned Ranbu no Melody. China have banned Hyaka Ryoran. So that match is going to be getting underway as well. China looking to complete a clean opening round of 3 victories if they can beat Australia in their 3rd match. So we'll be keeping an eye on that one also.
Here we are going underway with the final DT map of the match. See Kaganemi Ren, the only one opting to go DT and hidden.
No first note miss shenanigans on this one like we saw in the previous match.
Poor Dusk, I'm sure his teammates would not let him live that down for a little bit when it happened.
Well, they still won the match, and he's a very cool guy who's fought under pressure for tournament after tournament, so I'm sure it didn't bother him too much. Hopefully he can have a little bit of a laugh about it. So When Time Sleeps is not a hugely difficult pick. The flow is fairly simple for the most part. The difficulty comes in the speed, and at double time this one gets really ramped up quite a lot. I think this is well over 200 BPM. So we're going to see who has the opening lead after that first spinner, and I think it's going to be the Philippines. Although the score is flickering back and forth. We'll find out in a minute when we come to this break just who has the advantage. A slight accuracy drop from Kagamine Rin, all other players holding that double S. It's going to be a wow. Only the droplet difference from Kagamine Rin is the difference. 133 points between the two teams. They must have gotten identical spins. This one's going to be close. Will anyone let the pressure get to them?
Who will be the first to blink?
I think Philippines extending their advantage slightly with that spinner, as we're going to just encounter a little bit of delay. Still nobody dropping yet as we come into the final 100 combo, the final section of the Ki. We had a little bit of a weird score difference there as Bunrei was kind of behind, but he's caught up. I think this one is going to be decided on the final spin. Philippines have had the advantage so far. And this is going to be a victory for Philippines. A pure spin victory, aside from those two droplets drop changed by Kagamine Rin. 5 SSs. But that one is going to be a victory for the Philippines by just under 9,000 points. The spin carry doing work for the Philippines. They break the Taiwan, and it is going to be 4-3 to the Philippines, and they have what is potentially, well, it will be final pick. Taiwan have to break to force a tiebreaker. Ooh, this is getting exciting. What will Philippines pick be? It has to be from the no-mod pool. There isn't anything else available. 2 DT bans and a pick, 3 HR picks, 2 hidden bans and a pick, and 2 no-mod picks. So they've got Neo Aspect and Confusion Part 1, 2 fairly easy consistency-based specifics. We've got 1 life left to live, which is a little bit more difficult from the no-mod pool. And we've got Rise, which is all down to wacky sliders and holding combo. We've seen Rise be the last pick for quite a few teams so far in the group stage. Will this match follow suit?
And if I was Taiwan, especially coming out of that triple double S, I would be really going for a more consistency pick. As what would you say, JBH?
Well, I would say that's a great idea. Something that's comfortable for them because they've got to deal with the high pressure. And they're going to go for Confusion from the no-mod pool. One of the 2 consistency-based picks that we thought. I think Philippines are going to try and just outspin Taiwan at the beginning here. But we could still... We have seen some misses on this. Even China did drop quite a few times against this Calumet in particular, against the Netherlands. So... this one is either going to be decided by like a few hundred points just on a couple of spins, or the nerves are going to get to someone and we're going to see quite a few drops, in which case it could be decided by quite a big margin.
And we got an update on our Australia versus China match. China once again starting out match with DT, taking that point over Australia, 1-0 right now.
Well, color me surprised. China picking and winning double time?
Who would have seen that coming?
Yeah, I know, right? shoutouts to on Numi. Yeah, more featured artist hype. But we'll be waiting for players to ready up. Just waiting for Momo X to ready up on the side of Philippines, and we can get what could potentially be the final game of this match underway. Taiwan must break Philippines to force a tiebreaker. Philippines, a victory means a sneaking through what was maybe a little bit of a nervy match at times for them. Just waiting for Bunrae to catch up.
And will we see Taiwan crack under the pressure?
Taiwan are usually a team that stay very cool under pressure and just quietly rack up the wins and make their way to the knockout stages. But this could be the time when Philippines rise to the occasion and put them off their game. Oh, we've reset the lobby, I think. Bunrae is struggling to load, but here we go. We've got him. We've got him.
Everyone just gonna stand still, wait for Bunrae to catch up.
That's very kind of them. Another map that's not too kind of difficult in any one particular place, but the difference between flowing hyperdashes and ones where you have to snap and then stand still, if you try and do kind of one movement style for all of them, it will trip you up, and it has tripped up Momo X, who drops right in the middle of that opening section, right as he hits 200 combo. The worst place to miss. Taiwan going to be taking an early advantage. Bunrae also dropped. I did miss that one shortly afterwards. So a huge advantage for Taiwan here. This pick looking like it might have backfired on the Philippines.
As Bunrae and Momo finally catch up to that 200 combo mark, right into the slower section of the map.
Yeah, not too many potential for drops here, as Naniwa, Itzlingers, and Roido all still holding double S. Atsuko Kagari holding an FC, but... oh no, I must have missed right at the very beginning, actually. He's 10 combo below the other players on his team. I must have missed that one right at the start. But that's not going to make too much difference, considering the two late drops from Bunrae and Momo X. There's one kind of difficult section that everyone has navigated successfully. So we're coming into the slowdown section here. Potential for miss, but we're getting very close to the end of the map, and we're going to take multiple misses from Taiwan for Philippines to be allowed back into this one. And I don't think that's going to be the case. This one is going to be going to a tiebreaker, I think, guys. And there you have it. Taiwan with a fairly comfortable victory. Just that one really early miss. Oh, 4 early misses. So Atsuko Kagari must have missed so much right at the beginning. Just very unprepared, but it doesn't matter. 3 double S's, but it's not to be. The misses from Momo X and Bunrae going to be deciding that one. We're going to the first tiebreaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's tiebreaker time.
We had 9 tiebreakers in last year's Catch World Cup, which was more than anyone could have predicted. And this one is our first of 2019. Rita Dorchadas, mapped by Sinnoh. Yeah, hello tiebreaker. Who's going to have the consistency for this one? Will any of the Taiwan players be buoyed by their kind of victory to force tiebreaker? Will Philippines be slightly unsettled by the fact that they kind of are having to play the tiebreaker? Roido says, I've only practiced this with Hard Rock. Oops. Unfortunately, Hard Rock is not an eligible mod for the tiebreaker, only no mod and hidden. So, oops. Every year we say, you should have practiced the tiebreaker, and people say, but we didn't think we'd need to. We didn't think we'd get to tiebreaker. This is why you practice the tiebreaker, guys.
And you would really think, watching teams in the past say the same thing, that people would learn, but it just never happens.
I completely agree. I wish people would take the lessons of past mistakes, but apparently it's not to be. So we're waiting for some players to settle their nerves or get a drink or wipe off the sweat from this one. Czech Republic versus Norway, our other streamed game in the next group of matches, is just about to take place. Norway won the roll, and Czech Republic have banned Breeze from the hidden pool. Norway have banned Sweet Rain from the Hard Rock pool.
And as we are waiting for our tiebreaker match to start, got an update on Australia versus China. Australia losing their Hard Rock pick, Ghost Rule, making China up to 2-0.
Yeah, Dusk with an exceptionally good score on that one. 82,000 points the difference. So China looking to take their second pick and hopefully lead 3-0. So I think all of our players are decided, and let's go indeed. So we've got just under 5 minutes of Rita Dorchadas tiebreaker to contest with. Since the map is long, individual misses shouldn't be punished too much in terms of score, and this is a map that consistency is a huge part of, especially in the key eyes. There's so much potential for miss with strong hyperdashes and anti-flow. The Karma sections, not so much, but when you're at 4-4 and you've been playing for an hour, maybe an hour and a half at this stage, nerves do start getting the better of you. So anything has potential for misses here. So we see a very early miss from Boonray, actually, that's going to give Taiwan the early advantage, missing at about 20 combo. Or is that just a delay in the stream?
I think that
must be a delay for me. Yeah. Do apologize for that one.
And early on, both teams not giving each other an inch as we see a double S across the board.
Yeah, I see lots of PH hype in the chat. If you're a fan of Taiwan or Philippines, do share your hype. Send your team your energy and love. They need you right now more than ever. These are the two highest seeded teams in their group, both looking for a dominant start to kind of stamp their authority. So do give them your support. They will be needing it. Still almost nothing to choose between the two teams. Nikaido Shinku with a droplet miss that's going to give Philippines maybe a stop. But there's Kielzu with the first miss. We said the anti-flow in the Ki was a killer, and it's taken its first victim. Kielzu with the drop. He'll be quickly back up to combo, but by then Taiwan will have eked out advantage. But oh no!
And Atsuko
Double miss from Taiwan. That's going to give the Philippines a rapid advantage coming up to this first spinner and the break, and they can see, you can see that Taiwan are irritated with that. So we're sitting at about a 15,000 point advantage for Philippines right now, as Naniwa and Atsuko Kagari build their combos back up. Little bit of a delay. Waiting for the stream to buffer, I think. But we're back. Maybe Boonray falling a little bit behind as well. Hopefully he hasn't disconnected, because that will be a huge drop for him, his team. Again, he might be behind. Yeah, I think he's currently out of sync. So I think Philippines do still have the advantage. The lead for Taiwan is purely Boonray just being slightly behind the other players at this point. As we hit 1,000 combo for Nikaido, Shinku, Roido, and Boonray.
And Boonray, the only one holding on to a double S right now.
Nikaido Shinku with the drop, though. Everyone on Taiwan has now seen a drop Philippines are going to extend that advantage even further with only the one miss from Kielzu thus far. Roido with the one droplet miss. Nikaido Shinku drops again. Kielzu has dropped again, but Naniwa drops also. Not good news for Taiwan.
The Philippines said that they only practice with Hard Rock, and they're coming out for blood on this tiebreaker match.
Yeah, Boonray with the double S so far. Roido with the one droplet miss. Kielzu's seen a few drops, but it's not been enough to bring his team down. Naniwa and Nikaido Shinku just getting back up to 200 combos, so the gap is going to be closing ever so slightly. But we're so close to the end of the map, and there's a significant advantage for Philippines right now of about 30,000 points, I think. There's still enough time to see a couple drops from Philippines sway this one. But, Roido with the drop though. I was just about to say how consistent Philippines look. That is going to bring it very close.
As we see the scores start to flicker, but keep in mind that Boonray still is a bit behind of everyone else, so that could possibly make a difference.
Taiwan looking like they have the lead, but it's all in Boonray being behind the other players. Atsuko Kagari with the drop is probably going to seal Taiwan's fate here. This one is going to be going to the Philippines, taking their first victory in the 2019 Catch World Cup on a tiebreaker 5-4 over a very dangerous and very game Taiwan. What a match. Double S for Boonray. Outstanding.
The only one with a full combo and a double S, more or less.
That is how you make your appearance on the World Cup stage. Excellent performance from all of the Philippines, but Boonray in particular, standout MVP. Kudos to him. Well done, Philippines, for taking their first victory.
And Taiwan, good job to them, providing us our first tiebreaker and
Philippines are the top seed in their group, so I don't think Taiwan should be too disappointed with that loss. They still have two other teams in their group that they could conceivably beat, so they can still qualify.